Good morning. I'm Desi Nesmith, Deputy Commissioner of the Connecticut State Department of Education. Thank you for allowing me to be here today to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. All of the work being done around DEI ultimately is about ensuring our students and staff know they belong so they can realize their full potential. This is why the Connecticut State Board of Education titled its most recent 5-year strategic plan, Ensuring Equity and Excellence for All Connecticut Students. So why does this matter? Let's take a look at our educational landscape here in the state of Connecticut. In Connecticut, we have over 500,000 diverse students in our schools. Across 205 districts, we have over 1,500 schools and more than 110,000 school staff devoted to helping our students thrive. In Connecticut schools alone, more than 180 languages are spoken. This is why the work that you're doing matters. Regardless of an individual's life circumstances, we believe that students thrive when they are in diverse educational settings and have opportunities that acknowledge and value our differences and what brings us together. This is why the State Department of Education is committed to diversifying our educator workforce. There are a number of ways that we are doing this here at the department. Training and recruiting teachers of color who ultimately become future teachers is one of those ways, along with working with administrators and other figures who are currently in our students' lives. This includes the Educators Rising program, the Next Gen Educators program, which provides aspiring educators hands-on learning experiences in the classroom. The Male Educator Network Initiative focuses on males of color who have an interest in going into the profession of education. There is also the establishment of a Minority Teacher Recruitment Policy Oversight Council. We owe it to our children to make sure that they receive the education that prepares them to prosper in a global economy. I commend each one of you for being dedicated to the work that you're doing to ensure that all students in our state benefit, and including student voice in this work. Speaking of student voice, here in Connecticut, we have 2 student members who serve on the Connecticut State Board of Education. I want to introduce one of them to you now and ask him to speak with you about why this work, why your work matters. Rashad?
There's a difference between tolerance, acceptance, and community. We strive to tolerate people from all over the world and be accepting of their beliefs and values. But I believe to truly form community, whether it's a school community or the whole town, we need to know what others believe in and be interested in who they are. Using words like tolerance and acceptance shows a lack of interest in other people. And to build a vibrant community, we must care for and understand each other. Schools in Connecticut, for the most part, are decent with diversity, at least on paper, in terms of percentages of minorities in each school. We know, and we call it integration and diversity, but at school, it's clear that the numbers are only half the story. For the most part, minorities sit together at lunch and have separate friend groups and lead relatively different high school experiences from the people around them. Indian students sit with Indian students, Hispanic students sit with Hispanic students, and for the most part, of course there are exceptions, for the most part, white students sit with white students. So even though our schools are diverse on paper, the main benefits of diversity are lost, and the school does not represent what the real world will look like when students graduate and get jobs. And I think the reason for this is a difference in culture and an understanding of each other. So, in Wilton and our surrounding towns, I work to break down barriers by organizing cultural outreach events like Guru Vandana, where my friend's family and I host an event to honor our teachers in a traditional Indian way. Or Raksha Bandhan, where we tie a bracelet on the hand of local firemen, policemen, and EMS personnel to represent our gratitude for their amazing work. The best way to advance our goals of equity, inclusion, and diversity is to learn more about the people around us and work to increase our understanding of their beliefs. For Guru Vandana, we reach out to our teachers from all around Fairfield County and invite them, along with their families and friends, to learn about Indian culture while honoring them for the exceptional work they do. For Raksha Bandhan, we contact and go to local police, fire, and EMS departments to thank them for their service and tie the traditional thread to their wrists and thank them and express our gratitude for their amazing service to our community. These programs serve to reach out to our community in a meaningful and memorable way, while also exposing our educators to and service people to Indian culture. This helps us promote a sense of unity because people understand each other and want to learn more about the people around them. On April 3rd, we're hosting an event called Darshana, A Glimpse into Hindu Civilization, which is an exhibition that provides glimpses into various facets of Hindu dharma, culture, and their contribution to society. This event is for people of all ages and people of all walks of life to engage in creating an open-minded environment of mutual respect and inspiration. Everybody from our schools and teachers to elected officials are coming to this event. In school, we also dress in traditional Indian clothing for festivals like Diwali and Holi to proudly showcase our culture and festivals in the school community as well. These events, programs, and all the things we do every year have helped our community learn more about Indian culture and history, which in turn has helped bring people together. Today, almost everybody in the Wilton community knows not only about festivals like Diwali, but also about our values as Hindus. And now people are interested in who we are and want to know more about our culture and values. This is community, and this is diversity, and this is how we make a difference in the fight for equity in our cities and schools. If everybody had their own outreach events to show people who they are and showcase their values and culture, then we would have a much more close-knit society with less conflict and real diversity, especially in school settings.